This is an MBSI of a normal swallow. So before showing the video of the swallow and going through all of that, I just wanted to point out a few structures. So as you can see, the dentition on this patient is pretty good, pretty normal. It does look like there's kind of an overbite right here of those front teeth. And also I wanted to point out the hyoid bone right here. You can see it. And it's in a good location. We have the C1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can see right here the hyoid bone is just right between the 3 and 4, which is good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and press play. So right now the patient is taking it's going to be a liquid. So she's holding it right here. There's the bolus right there, the liquid. So she has good, or he has, the patient has good tongue control. And you can also see that hard palate right there as well. And there's no pulling, there's no residue in the piriform or in the valleculae, which is also appropriate. So that was really fast. But obviously you can see right here that there's the hyoid again, but there's no residue, nothing like that. It was a good, clean swallow. Okay. So that time, those were consecutive swallows. Just to point out some more structures again, the tongue has good control of the bolus, and it's moving up and down good with the hard palate. Also, you can see here that the velum is closed off, which is good because it's closing off that nasopharynx. And then right here, well, let me go back a little bit. So here's the velum, and it's still just hanging out right here. But then as soon as the swallow happens, it's pushed back. So it's pushed back, and there you can see there's no nasal regurgitation. It's all really good in the nasal cavity because the velum is pushed back against the pharyngeal wall, and it's allowing the bolus to go down. And again, there's no residue, and that's consecutive swallows, so that's really good. Again, you can see that movement there. It was really good to see the movement of the jaw and the mastication with the hard palate right here and the tongue movement. Okay, so here, this is great. You can see where the soft palate is, and it's pushing up against that pharyngeal wall, preventing nasopharynx, and then it goes right down into the laryngopharynx. Perfect. And this is an anterior-posterior view. So you can see it go all the way down the whole process, all the way down the esophagus into the UES and LES. And right there into the stomach. So I just wanted to point out just a few more things. The epiglottis, which is right here. You can kind of see that little flap. And the epiglottis is closing off that area to the lungs. So whenever that bolus goes down, it will not enter the lungs. Okay. So right there, you can see that the hyoid bone is up, the epiglottis is folded over, and that bolus just slid right down there. But it stayed in the pharynx. It didn't get into the lungs. So he or she was not aspirating. Just see the video one more time all the way through. Good bolus control. The velum's just kind of hanging out, pushed back, and then all the way down. And then again, that anterior posterior view. And you can see the bolus go all the way down. Awesome. Thank you.